When it comes to reconnecting the world, at some point, you have to ask, should we have even connected? Death Stranding 2 on the beach doesn't hesitate to scream out, hell yeah! Just be prepared for all the creepy goo monsters, that special blend of Hideo Kojima's weirdness, and delivering packages. Lots and lots of packages. We once again slip into the well-worn shoes of Sam Bridges, a porter, which is just a fancy way of saying Amazon delivery driver on steroids, trying to reconnect a broken society through the Churro network, all while dealing with human adversaries, harsh terrains, and otherworldly beings just ripped out from your deepest, weirdest nightmares. At first glance, it might seem to be just a blatant reskin of the first Death Stranding. After all, if it's not broken, why fix it? But just like everything else in Death Stranding, it's not what it appears to be. If it's not broken, then improve upon it. This time around, navigating through the harsh and unpredictable environments, even if you made it through the prior Death Stranding, is no walk in the park. It requires careful planning and preparedness, unlike anything you've ever seen before. Mountains too steep to climb? Better bring some rope then. River too deep or rapid to cross? Grab a ladder and make a bridge. Crossing a BT heavy area? Get a few blood grenades or specialized weapons and hopefully thin out the herd. You'll be doing this a lot throughout your time on the beach, but it's not entirely as boring as you would assume. Without spoiling too much, On the Beach offers a much more diverse set of environments and locations to navigate through, and it seems that even the environment itself is trying to work against you, making it so that each and every time you set out on a delivery, there's always a level of unpredictability that keeps even the most boring deliveries fresh and engaging. It's not just the environments that seem to have gotten a fresh overhaul. Hideo Kojima's approach to combat this time around truly highlights his love for the stealth genre, while adding some much needed elements that keeps you hooked through and through, improving upon the groundwork the first Death Stranding laid out. Encounters are much more dynamic and open-ended this time around, offering endless possibilities to approach any situation. It only gets better once your enemies start to adapt and evolve as you progress through the story, or once you unlock your Mad Max style vehicle. But your enemies aren't the only ones who get to evolve. Sam can unlock a variety of new tools and abilities via a skill tree that adapts based on your playstyle. The more stealthy you are, the more you're unlocked to specifically help with remaining undetected. But no matter how combat focused On the Beach gets, it's still a Death Stranding game, and it keeps reminding you of it with its long cinematic deliveries and movie-length cutscenes. The Death Stranding story is as gripping and cinematic as it's ever been. If you could follow what the heck is going on half the time, like seriously, can somebody explain to me what's going on here? You'd see how perfectly Death Stranding 2 blends sci-fi and the weirdly surrealism, even when you get hit with twists that I guarantee you won't see coming. It only gets better when you realize that this is the most beautifully rendered game that you will ever see. It's honestly impressive how lifelike everything is. There was no time I wasn't mesmerized by every small detail on Norman Reedus' beautiful face, or any time I was faced with any of the many boss encounters. Even when certain scenes seemed to drag on a little much, I never once took my eyes off the screen in fear of missing out on such a beautiful world. Hideo Kojima once again crafts a masterpiece with On the Beach, reminding us why he is so beloved in the industry. It takes the best and worst parts from its predecessor and evolves them to tailor to how each player wants to progress. It doesn't matter if you're navigating through the harsh environments or mowing down a group of hostiles. You'll never find a reason to put down your controller. Even when it feels like you're watching a movie, its stunning, unbelievable realism on display here will ensure that it'll keep you on those deliveries well after the credits roll. Death Stranding 2 On the Beach delivers an astounding 10 out of 10.